Intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull or bear, we adapt, typhoon. Wallets packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than wild.
All right, very good. I was just checking to see if I was going to be able to go live. It looks like I am live. Let me know if you can hear me. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't have my camera on because I don't know if that's maybe causing the issue. So let's go and get started. 3, 2, 1, a bingo and a bango. All right, bingo and a bango. What is this? Dex just came up. All right, fine, cool, we'll do it. Let's do this. Okay, so it looks like my internet's working now. Before, none of this would happen. I would click on it and I'd wait like 5-10 minutes and then have to reboot my computer, etc., etc. All right, so let's see what we got here. We did have FOMC. We had the rate announcement, the cut, 50 basis points. Man, 5-0. 5-0. And of course, we have Jerome Powell saying, don't worry, guys, the economy is great. The economy, if it was Tony the Tiger, he would be here and he would say, it's great. I'm not sure if you know about that Disney character. It's a little boy who, you know, it's kind of with strings. And every time he tells a lie, well, his nose grows. I'm really glad that doesn't happen in real life because, man, I don't think people can get outside their house. I'm just saying. Or driving a vehicle. I'm just saying. All right. We got Dave P in the house. What's up, Dave P? We got Crypto Badell in the house. What's up, buddy? We got Mr. Ian and Mr. Crypto Candy. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate you greatly. Let's see here. So we do have some coins coming down. It's on the 1 hour time frame. Some were pumping. Some were pumping earlier. Of course, I was maintaining and updating the group throughout the day. Today was a very important day. And just letting people know, hey, we got this coming up. This is how Bitcoin's looking. I'm expecting this. And let's see here. That's for the day. What is it for? That was for the hour. We do have FTM. One of our members did some really nice gains on FTM. CKB also up. Let's see, there was another one or two that did really well. There was a few of them that did really well past couple of days. And today I was thinking, man, I was so tempted because the market would just start coming down. I was so tempted to post 2 more charts. We already had one. And I said, nope, we got to wait. We got to wait to see what the market's going to give us. What is FEFE giving us? FEFE is giving us some gains. Look at FEFE. Would I recommend this one? Nope. But, you know, someone in it who does channel, he's probably asleep right now. He's on the other side of the world, but hopefully he watches this. And, I mean, it's right underneath resistance. Once again, I wouldn't touch it until it breaks this level. Then the 4 hour candle must close above this level, 0.006071, before I would think about entering, because it can always dump. I think it will dump. I think this is a bad investment, but for the one who is following in reference to this coin, here is your setup. Of course, you have your low, your higher low. Here is your neckline or your resistance. Needs to break this level and touch this one, 4 hour close above this, and then you're off to the races. All right, moving on. Let's get out of here, crypto bubbles. Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's go to Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing? Now, of course, throughout the day, we've been talking about Bitcoin, and here was a level. I made actually a video on this for the group, and I said, you know, right now, well, I actually posted a just a still image when the price was here, and I was saying You know, more than likely, nobody knows what's going to happen, but the Bitcoin, it may come down. I mean, we don't know. And then sure enough, it did come down. And then I did a video. I said, right now we do have this level. You can see we have a couple stops. This is on the 30-minute time frame. So it's strong, but not nearly as strong as, say, a 4-hour or a daily. But there's, needless to say, there's still resistance. And I was saying more than likely price will come up right around to this level of resistance, come down, possibly come up again to this level of resistance, and so on and so forth. However, so let's go to 15-minute time frame. This is what happened. So we have, this is the actual, come over here. This is the actual decision. When we were informed that we have the 50 basis points. Hey, Melissa's here. What's up, Melissa? I had some issues earlier today. I normally go live at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time about an hour and a half ago. But the Matrix is on me. And everything was fine. I was watching YouTube. I was watching the Powell speak. Then I tried to go live. And then boom, my internet just off. I haven't tried to get on my other computer to see what's going on. And that one's no internet. And then finally at 4:10, I guess, my internet came back on. Very weird. So here is when we got our 50 basis points. I was expecting after this candle dump because it's 50. 50 is not good. 50 is not good. Hey, we got Clay the Great. What's up, guys? What is up? And it started coming up and up and up. And then, of course, we did have Mr. Powell talk. And Mr. Powell was saying, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. The economy, well, he didn't say that, but he did say, and I have it, I actually had it paused. I had it paused, and then I was going to play it, but it's somewhere in here. Basically him saying that the economy is doing great. I think he said great. I want to say he said great. The economy is doing great. And of course, he mentioned about the jobs, and he mentioned about something else. But I'm thinking, what world is he living in? Like, how dumb does he think we are? Now, granted, if you're voting for the, the other person, the one who laughs all the time, I have to be careful with what I say because this stuff gets whatever. But if you're going to vote for that one who laughs all the time, you would believe Powell. Oh, we're doing great. Thank you. You're like a robot. You're like a zombie. Oh, thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing. No, man, it's so disappointing. Anyway, the price did come up a little bit more, and then now we're starting to see that retrace. Now let's go ahead and hide this so it gets out of our way, and let's hide this one so it gets out of our way. See here, we got Cuppy in the house. What's up, Cuppy? Tessu, what's going on? Multi-stacker, what's going on? All right, we got a lot of people in here. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's go to a higher time frame. Go to the let's go to 4 hour. So again, this is on Bitcoin 4 hour time frame. I am expecting it to dump. Now what we have to do is we have to wait and see. All we do is take it level by level. That's all we do. So right now this is on the 4 hour time frame. So this is our 4 hour low. I mean, it's not the lowest part of the 4 hour, but this is one of our lows. So in order for us to continue, in my opinion, continue to be bearish, we need to break down. We need to break down. So just kind of give you a heads up on that. Let's see here. Here, Mr. Trump. Yes. I'm not saying who I'm voting for, but I will say that it was funny too. Like when Trump first ran, I didn't like him. Then when he was in office, I still didn't like him. Very immature, tweeting and, this and that. Almost like he was a drunk president. It's like, dude, you're supposed to be respected. But then I saw what he did, like, to the other leaders and how it's like, hey, you don't mess around with me. Like, if I have something to say, I'll say it to your face type person. I was like, whoa, this dude means business, and they know he means business. So just give you a heads up. Let's see here. Teal says, Joe. Oh, wait, let me put it so y'all can see it. Is it going to show up? Should show up. Uh-oh. Am I messing up already? Oh, there he goes. Ooh, I got nervous. Theo says, Joe, Fed dovish. Looks like we are going to have a good fourth quarter. Not sure if first quarter is going to be good going forward unless Trump wins. Hey, there we go. So we're saying a good fourth quarter. Let's look at the daily. Now for this, these are the levels that we were looking at. These were the levels that basically it's going to tell us, what direction we might be going in. All these things get me so upset. So many things. But I'm just glad I'm able to get on the internet again. Good Lord. Oh, I probably don't need to do that. Oh, wait, it doesn't even matter because the price already came. All right, let's see here. So I do want to get rid of that one, and I know it's going to get rid of more than that, and that, and that, and get out of here. Okay, moving on. So looking at this on the daily time frame, I do see that we're still bearish on the daily time frame. Now, I mentioned this multiple times. In order for us to start getting bullish, we need to start making some higher highs. I mean, it's really as easy as that. Once we break above 65, and then hopefully a higher low, then I'll start getting bullish. But until then, like, we can go up and we can go down. All this right here is in the internal structure. So all this, we can go up and down, up and down. This is the internal structure. Then we have all the way up here to down here. If it breaks below this, which I think we will, then it'll continue going down. But I really do hope. I'm tired of this already, guys. Who's tired of this? I'm tired. I don't ever want to think about $60,000 Bitcoin again. I want to be, like, guys, you remember when Bitcoin was 60,000? And now it's, whatever, 120, 200. Like, I'm tired of this 50 to 73, really. I'm just tired of it. Let's go, Bitcoin. Wake up. Come on. Like, right now is a time where it's supposed to start moving, 4 months after the halving, but everything's different now. So the only thing we can do is treat it just level by level. And right now on the daily, we're bearish. On the 4 hour, we're bullish. So this is telling me that we may go up before we possibly break the 4 hour lows, continue coming down here to the fair value gaps on the 1 hour and the order blocks, break that, come down here to the 4 hour order block, and then possibly break this level to continue to this level and then continue downward. I know it's a whole bunch of levels, but that's all we do. We treat it level per level. Hey, what's up, Sam? What's going on? Or Sign. I never know how to say your name. I just call you S. So just kind of give you a heads up. That's what we're looking for. We do have a really nice daily order block right in this area. And it's just level by level. I mean, it really does come down to that. And it's so funny too, because like there's other groups that do this. Let's go. No. Okay. There's other groups that do this. Let's bring this down. So they're saying, all right, go long. Not too bad as far as risk to reward. But they'll do one here, and they'll say, but if it comes down to here, this is going to be our target, and we'll have a decent stop loss. But if it, breaks this level, then we're probably going to catch it right in the middle. We'll have a really tight stop loss, and then here's our target. And you look at this, and you're thinking, like the Like this is cool and everything, but when do I enter? Like literally, when do I enter? Do I enter here? But they're covering themselves because, well, let's say it breaks down from here and it comes here. Well, then here's our thought process. But then if it breaks down from here and we get stopped out, and it comes down to here, and then it goes and it starts going up. Well, now they look like a genius because guess what? They called it. They called it, hey, 15%, 5x leverage or 20x leverage or whatever leverage they're using. I see so many groups that do this. It's like, tell me when to enter. In my opinion, tell me when to enter. I mean, because I can do this. I mean, anybody can do this. Anybody can, oh, well, it might bounce here or here or here or even here. And it's funny, like when I give my setups, and this is where I'm actually going with this. When I give my setups, I say enter now. Add to your entry on the 15-minute candle close above this level. Very, very specific. Here, it's like, oh yeah, you know, anywhere in this zone you can enter, and of course you don't have your stop loss. But if it breaks below this, like how do you know? Like what time frame? What time frame are you looking at? 4 hour? Okay, fine. But if it breaks below this, then here's your next one. But if it breaks below this one, then here's your next one. But if this one does catch, but you're thinking it's going to come down here and you don't get it and you miss it, well, they can easily say, oh, well, I gave you the setup. If this one breaks, then you do this one. So anyway, any coins, guys? Any coins? I'm going to show y'all some Popcats. No, not Popcat. Big time. So big time, we were looking at on the live stream yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Maybe the day before. I don't even remember. I look at charts all day. So when I saw this, hide everything. When I saw this, of course, I didn't want to hide everything. When I saw this, let's come over here. Hide. Gosh darn it! I meant to put it in a thing. Okay, so now it's in a thing. All right. So group one. What did I put in here? Only that. Oh my gosh, so embarrassing. I'm a rookie. See here, Sin says, you're making too much sense, Joe. They'll take your internet down again. I know it. I gotta be careful. I gotta be careful. We gotta vote for that person who laughs a lot. That way they can keep up my internet. But yeah, so when we were here, I believe it was yesterday, before, I don't even remember, they were saying, okay, big time. I said, okay, break a structure on the daily time frame. It looks good. More than likely, it might come up, continue some more. Did I already say this? I make videos for my group, and I remember I was saying this in the video in the group or on YouTube. Oh my gosh, I make too many videos, too many thought process videos. But regardless, it did go up, and then it started coming down, and then of course, you know, we started entering it on the way down. Now, I would love to see this one come down, even though, you know, if we were to get 25 basis points, I would think that it would continue possibly going up. But now that we got 50, in my opinion, the market should come down. And what I want to do is I want to look at the ES1. I want to look at the totals and also dominance. So that's what we're going to look at. I normally don't look at them, so this is kind of like a special event. I would absolutely love to see big time come down to this fair value gap area. To me, I think that would be great. That would be, yes, Tony the Tiger. From here to here is our fair value gap on our daily. I would absolutely love to see the price action. Why is that? Who's been messing with my colors? I never have it white. Never. Someone's been messing with my colors. So a good 35% from where we're at right now. That's what I like to see. Low leverage, 2x. You know, probably do one above the fair value gap. Maybe even one right here, 23% from where it's at right now. You can see the price in blue. And then Maybe another one down here. Again, not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. But let's go ahead and look at the markets. Let's look at the markets. I rarely do this. So let's look at Bitcoin dominance. Ooh, dog it, 58%. Now for me, oh yeah, let me show you this, guys. If you don't know what this means, I strongly recommend you take a screenshot of this. If you're on a Windows computer, it's Shift, the Windows key, the letter S. Shift, the Windows key, the letter S. I would screenshot this. The easiest way to remember this stuff, and remember, like, this is what I do. I break stuff down in the most simplistic form. When Bitcoin is doing good, normally the alts are doing good. So here we have Bitcoin going up, dominance going up. So even though it's Bitcoin season, because Bitcoin is going up, people, traders, are saying, hey, the market's great. Let me get into some meme coins. Let me get into some altcoins. You know, everything is hunky-dory. You know, this is great. So alts do okay. But when Bitcoin goes down, ooh, nobody likes that. Everybody freaks out. And if dominance is up, this is not good for the alts. This is when the alts get hit 30, 40, 50. And then some percent. This alts get hit the hardest. So remember, when Bitcoin is doing good, alts are doing okay. When Bitcoin is doing bad, alts don't do okay. Here we have dominance coming down. However, Bitcoin is going up. So this is telling us that the this is the market. The entire market is dominance. Bitcoin is going up, but even though Bitcoin's going up, the dominance is coming down because, just like how we did up here, when Bitcoin is doing good, well, then the alts are doing good. But now, in this case, the alts are doing really good. I'm talking 80%, 120%, 200 and something percent. Alts are just kicking butt. So now more people are getting into alts. I mean, they're still in Bitcoin, but more are getting into alts, reducing the dominance Bitcoin has. And this is when you have alt season. Bitcoin's doing good, alts do good. So that's really important. And of course, this one coming down. Again, Bitcoin's not doing good, alts don't do well. Now, it took me a long time to understand this, and the way I just explained it was in the most simplistic form. If it did not make sense, don't worry. Rewind this part a few times, write notes, you know, take a screenshot. Like, it's going to make sense. For me, this didn't make sense to me at all, because they would have the words, but they wouldn't explain the meaning behind it. Now, with that being said, right now we're at 58%. Joe, I don't see any drawings on your thing. You don't have the bull flag and the inverse head and shoulders, and yeah, I don't need all that crap. Why do I need all that crap? So for me, this is just me. Like, I'm not your average trader. Man, I got this thing all over the place. I'm not the average trader. I don't care what Bitcoin dominance is printing. I don't care that Bitcoin dominance did this. Oh my gosh. I don't care that Bitcoin dominance did this. Here's a level, nice resistance level. I don't care that Bitcoin dominance did this, because for me, in my personal opinion, I just need to know what percentage it is. The dominance tells me all I need to know, the percentage. Oh, we're at 48%. Okay. Oh, we're at 58%. Ooh, that means more people are with Bitcoin than alts. Oh, we're at 72%. Ooh, ouch. Okay. I don't need to know that this is a double bottom, inverse head and shoulders, Adam and Eve. I don't need to know any of that stuff, because this, it basically, like, just because this is up, or let's say this has, let's say right now, this has an Adam and Eve pattern on the weekly. This does not tell me that the price is going to go up. But Joe, it's a bullish pattern. This is the dominance. This is the entire market. Like for me personally, I don't look at this stuff. You can, and if it's making you money, great. It's really statistics, really. It's percentages, in my opinion. Like right now, this might not be making a lot of sense, but for me, I find this to be a waste of time. Same thing with Joe. You said you're gonna look at this stuff and not bash it. Now, the only reason I look at Bitcoin dominance is to see this. I don't care about the pattern. I don't care about that stuff. Because this doesn't tell me the pattern of Bitcoin. This just tells me the end result. Let's see here. ES1. I do look at the ES1 from time to time just to see if it's bullish or bearish. Now, this one, of course, I have my support resistance levels. I'm looking at this one because this is the stock market. This is telling me, okay, how is the stock market doing today? Is it coming up? Because if it is, let's go to the 4 hour. Because if it is, more than likely it will bring up the crypto market because people are investing. So this, when I do look at the markets, I will look at this Bitcoin dominance. All I look at is the percentage, and then I get out of it. Here I look to see at the actual market for the stock market using the ES1 exclamation point. And of course, you know, here we did have our level, and we just broke it. We broke it. So let's just go about right here. And of course, this was a huge gap. And can it fill the gap? Yeah, sure. Can it skip it? Yeah, sure. Can it come back to it later? Yeah, sure. It can do whatever it wants. But just to let you know, like this right here, in my opinion, not too strong. Why? We had a high, we had a lower high. If we're just looking at the candle bodies. And then if we're looking at the wicks, we have an SFP, swing failure pattern, which basically means it's just a fancy way. And for me, I just keep it simple. A swing failure pattern, all that means is there's a wick. This is selling pressure since it's up top. This is selling pressure. This is saying that more than likely the price action may come down before it continues either going up or down. That's all this is saying. It's just buying pressure since it's up here. Another one that I look at, I don't look at the dominance on the dollar. Why? It doesn't tell me anything. Like if you, like most of the stuff that I'm saying, you might say, oh man, I'm never going to watch you again. Like you don't know what you're talking about. And just think about it. The dollar dominance, when the dollar dominance is high, what does that tell you? Like I'm doing constructive thinking, I guess you can say. When the dollar dominance is high, what does that mean? That means people are exiting their trades and putting it in USDT. So this is coming up. So what they're doing is the alts, more than likely, are suffering. But Joe, if the dominance of USDT is going up, then that's saying that the alts are coming down. Let's see here. Clay the Great says, sell off when the dollar is up. That's somewhat true. And I agree. That's somewhat true. Now, what else can cause the dollar to go up? The dominance. Besides the fact of people selling off, people getting scared, people just having dry powder, what else can cause this to go up? Well, for me, I want to put money from my bank, from fiat to USDT, so that I can catch one of these dumps. So what do? I start putting money into USDT. So now the dominance, and everybody else is doing this too, the dominance start rising and rising. Now this the coins, the altcoins, doesn't necessarily have to dump for the dominance of USDT to go up. And people are just holding it. Now, at the same time, though, when people are loading up on USDT, getting ready for that dump, it may already start dumping. So these people might start selling and selling and selling, making this increase. In the meantime, a bunch of traders are also buying USDT, making this increase. And we're just ready. Now, this could retrace a little bit, or it could retrace a whole bunch. But the main thing is, this is not the only reason why the dominance goes up. People can also be buying dry powder, waiting for, that's a dumb name. I hate that name. People use it all the time. I started saying it. I don't like it. Anyway, it took me a long time to say wrecked. Like a long time. I don't like dry powder. Dry powder to me is dumb. Dry powder. What does that even mean? Dry powder. Anyway, so that's when people are getting this, their fiat money and putting it here, and this can go up. So it doesn't necessarily mean that the alts are coming down. And if they do, it doesn't mean that it's coming down as hard as it looks, because this is coming up so much. So, and then the same thing, when the USDT dominance comes down like really hard and fast, like say this, even though this is when everything was dumping, but it doesn't have to mean that. It could mean that, okay, people are cashing out and people are either holding it or maybe just buying something else with it. I don't know. There's so many different things. Anyway, the dollar index. This is something that is important, you know, because this is telling us. So the ones that are important to me, DXY, ES1 exclamation point, Bitcoin dominance. These are see, dry powder refers to dry gunpowder. To pull the trigger, to enter the trade. I mean, I guess I can see the analogy. I still don't like it though. I don't like it. But yeah, so for the dollar index, the Dixie, this one is important because again, this tells you what potentially might happen in the market. If this is coming down, this is coming down, generally the Bitcoin, the crypto and stocks go up. They have an inverse relationship. Sometimes they go all in the same direction, but that's not too often. So for this, I do look at sometimes. For me, this is what some people do. And if you do it and it works, great. I just find it a waste of time. So some people, they'll look at Bitcoin dominance and they'll chart it out. And they'll say, oh, we have a head and shoulders. This one looks bearish, and blah, blah, blah. We have a cup and handle. This looks bullish. And we just need to wait for it to cross this level. Okay, so to me, it doesn't make any sense. And let me hear my case. Then they go to the ES1. The ES1, okay, this one looks bearish. Okay, cool. We have maybe a double top, inverse, a head and shoulders, whatever pattern you want to call it. And then, you know, it should come down. Okay. Then they'll go to the Dixie and then they'll look at this and then they'll chart this and they'll spend 15, 20 minutes on this. Then they'll go to total 3 and then total 2, then total 1. They'll do all these drawings and okay, this, then they go to the Bitcoin. And then Bitcoin could probably be breaking out of resistance at the moment, finding support. So all that research you did on all this stuff, how it may affect the market, blah, blah, Bitcoin maybe do something completely different. So I know some of y'all probably hate me right now. I don't care. This is how I do it. I look at my coin for my coin. Now, granted, I have to look at Bitcoin. For example, if I wanted to trade whatever, big time or Popcat or any coin, doesn't matter, but I do have to look at Bitcoin. because right now, due to the market, Bitcoin is running the show. It always runs the show, but right now Bitcoin is really running the show. If Bitcoin starts coming down, hiccups, coughs, sneezes, whatever, everybody freaks out and they start selling off. So yes, I do have stop losses on my coin, but not only am I looking at my coin, but I'm looking at Bitcoin. I don't really look, because Bitcoin is what tells me what's going to happen or what might happen. But Joe, if you look at the Dixie, it tells you what might happen to Bitcoin. I mean, that's true. But it's like, when do you stop? Like, when do you start trading? Well, first I have to look at Bitcoin dominance, and then total 3, then total 2, then total 1, and then I look at the ES1 exclamation point, and then from there I go to the dominance of the USDT, and then from there I go to, really? I look at Bitcoin, I see what Bitcoin's doing. Okay, let me enter my trade for my regular coin. That's what I do. All right. Who's in here, guys? Who's in here? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. I probably bored y'all to death on that. But put a 1 in the chat. Any coins, guys? Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum's trash right now. Look at that, man. It even broke the major low. Wow. Chart this some time ago. Broke the major low. It's looking bearish. Came down here to this order block. And then let's see here. Melissa, wow. Okay, we got somebody who agrees. Melissa says, I agree. This is so true. Leads to analysis paralysis. Bingo and a bango. A bingo and a bango. Of course, you know, different traders trade differently. But for me, I just like keeping it simple. I really do. I see. Sin says, I love the fact your approach is different than most. And it is, man. Like I said, I just try to keep it simple. To me, it's just simplicity really does work. It really does. Because let's just say on one of them, like whatever market you want to do is bullish, then the other one's bearish, then the other one's bullish, and the other one's bearish, then the other one's bearish, and then Bitcoin's bullish, and now you're like, oh man, it's a tie. Like, what? Flip a quarter. Man, I could have flipped a quarter before I even started wasting 45 minutes of my day. Flip a quarter. Bullish today? Okay, let's go. You know what I mean? So that's my stuff. Melissa says, a dry powder reminds me of a weekend in Vegas. Whoa. Agree with this one too. Silly words. See, I need to do this tool. Keep it simple. The more I learn, the more I have competent. Yes. I am worse at trading now than, wow. Well, keep on watching me. Like I said, I make it really, really simple. Hey, we got Road Dog in the house. What's up, Road Dog? Appreciate you, man, for being here. Yeah, for me, I just keep it super incredibly simple. And it's funny too, because like when I'm on other platforms, you know, on other people's live streams, and you know, they're doing their TA, and you know, they have their trend lines, and they have their measured moves, and then they have their you know, order blocks and fair value gaps and just everything, just like really, really complicated. And then when it comes my turn, for example, let's get rid of all this junk. If I'm looking at this, I will basically say, okay, well, right now we're in a zone. We're in a zone, and let's go ahead and put this so my things come out. So we're in a zone right now, and this zone, can we do it from here? Yeah, we can do it from here. So this zone is roughly, oh, good Lord, that's going to bother me. So I need to see how big this zone is first, because this is too big of a zone. So we have a zone right, I want to say here. Can we do it up top? Yeah, perfect. So we're in a zone. So this is a little zone right here. And then we have another zone right here. And let's change the color on this one. Okay. So we have two zones, and you can kind of see it to where we have, you know, resistance, support. It broke through, but then resistance. And this is pretty much the halfway mark. And then same thing here too. Now, for me personally, I would say, okay, right now we're in a downtrend. We can see it. High, lower high, lower high, lower high on the macro, instead of, you know, going all the internal stuff, just the outer stuff. We have a high, we have another lower high. So in order for us to possibly enter this trade, well, first it would need to break this level in order to be bullish. Until it breaks this high, it's still bearish, but we can possibly enter the trade once it breaks this high. Now, some people will call this a break of structure. They will call this, you know, all these different words. But what it is, it's literally a higher high. That's all it is. Now, for me personally, I am starting to use the more technical terms to see if maybe we get more people showing up. But for me, I just like keeping it simple. This right here is a higher high if it breaks up here. And what are we doing? We're scaling into the trade. So as the price comes up here, we enter the trade. Of course, you know, we'll have our alert. We'll make sure that it breaks a certain level, remains above it. And then from there, you know, depending on the price action, is where we enter again. But like it doesn't need to be as difficult as everybody makes it. But right now, Ethereum, trash. Absolute trash. Do I think it's going to go down some more? Possibly, because right now we're in this downtrend. Let's get rid of all this junk. Now, I have been showing, of course, the group more so about market structure. I've done a few videos, very in-depth videos on market structure. And for the daily, so we can just do this really quick on the daily time frame, we do have this low, and this is our daily low. We can also make this the external. So if it crosses this, be ready for more downside. Then we do have our this is our major high. So if it breaks this, this is what we mentioned earlier, without all these dumb complicated terms, this is what we would need in order for us to do a reversal. Coming down will be a continuation, going up will be a reversal, and now possibly start doing higher highs and higher lows. So just give you a heads up. If you have a coin you want me to do, let me know, guys. If not, we're going to finish up on this one. We're right at about the hour, so just give you a heads up. Now, inside this is our internal structure, and this is what we're looking at to break. And as I mentioned, we have this area right here that we need to cross. If we cross this area and the candle closes above it, then we're in good shape. We're in possibly to where the price can come up. Let's do this. Price can come up to about the order block area, then have a retracement. This is healthy for the coin to always have retracements, then come up again and then hit it. This is what we would like to see. Now, if the candle does not close above this and we get a wick, so let's draw this. If we get a candle body and we get a wick, well, the fancy word for this is SFP, swing failure pattern, or structure failure pattern. Now, all this says, fancy word for a wick, and there's buying pressure. So because of this wick and because of this swing failure pattern, this is saying that the price action may come down to this area of liquidity. Why? Because of the wick, because of the buying pressure. The next candle may have another wick on the top and the body like this. So this is saying buying pressure, buying pressure. We have a greater chance to come down before coming up. So again, everybody uses very complicated terms: swing failure pattern, external structure, internal structure. The way I explained it in the very beginning is how I like to explain it. It needs to break this high, create a higher high, changing the trend. This is a downtrend. Possibly we can start the uptrend, and that's what we do. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I love the way I just, in my opinion, I just keep everything super simple. Now, one thing that you do not want to do, and I see so many people do this, do not do this, guys. Do not do this. Do not create a trend line like this. I see so many people do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. So they'll have a trend line like something like this. There's nowhere there is no, look how like wide I'm making these candles too. There is nowhere for the price action to go. None. Unless it goes straight down to zero. The next candle will have a breakout. Do not do this, guys. And then it looks even worse when it's like this. There's some people that I watch that do this. Usually it's on the 1 minute time frame. Don't do this, guys. Do not do this. The next candle is literally gonna break out. I used to have so many charts sent to me, and they would literally send me a chart like this. Literally. I guess. But this one's not a good example. This they would send me something like this, and the price action was all in here. And they would send me, look at this trend line, Joe. It's like, dude, what are you talking about? That's straight up. Now, granted, the price action did come down here, but just for simplicity's sake, let's just imagine that they sent me with the price action like this. Do not send this to me. And I tell them too on the audios, you know, when I'm making recordings for them, don't send this to me, because it is like the next candle literally is going to come down. It's going to break this structure. Instead of this, in my opinion, very poorly drawn out trend line, pattern, whatever you want to call it, instead of that, look for support resistance. Now, granted, they're not strong, but here's a level. Here's, I mean, a level. We'd have to go into a smaller time frame to kind of see what's going on. I don't even know where we're at. Somewhere over here, probably. Right here. So we'd have to go to a smaller time frame to kind of see what we're looking at. So here we have a level. Here we have a level. And this is how you would enter this stuff. Not based off of that trend line. You know, here we're resistance. More than likely it might come down to support, or maybe even to this zone. You know, maybe into this zone. Now, of course, we didn't, but, you know, at this time, we don't know that. You know, we just see it retracing, and a really nice area for it to retrace is about 50%. But it'd be even better if it came down here to this area. And then it kept on coming up. We got Campbell in the house. What's up, Campbell? Appreciate you, man, for being here. Normally, we go live every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go over Bitcoin. We go over your coins. If you have a coin you want me to do, we can do it really fast. But I give you free 1 hour mentorship every single day. Now, granted, it is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We actually had to start an hour late today because for some reason, the Matrix is after me. The Matrix is after me. I don't know why. I literally have like 14 subscribers, and all of y'all are here. So if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe. So it'll be 15. But I don't know why. I was watching the debate, not the debate. I was watching Powell. I was, you know, updating my charts. I was updating the group all day today. Everything was fine, perfect. 15, 30 minutes prior to the show, I'm getting my stuff ready, and I'm clicking to go live for the show, and my complete internet just stopped. And that's happened more than once. And then I even got on my other computer to see if I could load that one up, because sometimes the internet won't work on this one, but it'll work on the other one. Nothing. And then usually about an hour later, it starts working again. I don't mess with anything. I don't mess with any settings. It just starts to work. So it's like, okay. So now I'm back on. So I started right around 4, I guess. But we got a few minutes. And we, like I said, we do this every day. My goal is to make sure that you're making money without having to pay for a membership, you know. So just kind of give you a heads up, like my goal is to make you money. Everybody else wants you to make them money by subscribing to them, you know. Oh, join my group, and I'll show you how to trade. No, I'll show you how to trade right now. Ask me questions, ask me about indicators, ask me any trading related question, and I'll help you out. Let's see here. Muhammad says, hi, sir. It happens. And thank you for being here. Yeah, definitely, man. I was trying. I said, you know what? It's going to be my last try. I'm getting so frustrated, man. Getting so frustrated because I'm trying and I just can't. It's not me. It's just the matrix. All right. But yeah, we finally got it together. All right, guys. Well, that's it for me. I will see you tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, right now it is 5 p.m. We started 1 hour later. Again, I do know that everybody's in different parts of the world, so gotta let you know. Oh yeah, definitely. Please don't forget to smash the like. That does help support the channel, and you guys are the best. You guys are the best. My name is Joe, also known as TradeIntuition, where I truly do care about you and your success. And I just want to thank you very much for everything. We'll see you tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't feel like you always have to be in a trade. Do not FOMO. FOMO is real. Don't FOMO. And if you're trading, make sure to have a stop loss. I do thank you. We'll see you tomorrow. And now it's time for my favorite song. My favorite song coming up in 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Yeah, trade intuition, flipping charts, mad precision. We on the grind, no sleep, endless mission. Crypto waves, no tide, just decisions. Ride or die with the block's ambition. Let's make this money, profits rain like monsoon. Bull or bear, we adapt, typhoon. While it's packed, no room, full bloom. Path to riches, straight shot, no detour too soon. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall, rise again, never fake it. Cold wallets, private keys, gotta break it. Crypto life on the edge, let's shake it. Trade intuition, candlestick intuition. Charts wilder than Wild West ambition. We got the drive, mad clicks, no permission. Ready for the moon, orbit's our mission. Let's make this money, stacking sats, no fiat. Eyes on the prize, mad gains, where's the hat? Diamond hands, no flinch, iron combat. Full speed to the peak, no fallback. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. Rise, fall.
I love that part. Trading is only as difficult as you make it. All right, guys, that's it for me. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care.